before we get started, I'd appreciate if you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Last night, DH Games implemented the removal of the round 15 limit. This, I believe, will shake up the meta a little bit, with sustained teams becoming a little more relevant on offense because of the damage scaling towards the end of or after round 15. It also enabled me to clear Death 50. So if you guys remember a couple videos ago, my alt account got stuck on the healer wave because my Unimax could not kill it. Well, that changed after the round 15 removal got removed, and now I can kill Death 50. So I went to I think it was round 23 or 24 on the healer wave. I was able to clear that, and then luckily DH Games decided to be nice to me today, and they gave me a single Horus for Death 50 wave, and I cleared that with Unimax. Very easy, and we got that Death 50 clear. So I'm really happy that happened, and let's go ahead and go into some testing. Alright, let's start with a simple Belrain versus Belrain here. I'm just going to show that the heals do not stack past round 15. So if you pay attention, she's healing for about 2.69 mil, 2.41 mil, 2.41. Just pay attention to the basics. So when she has one attack buff, it's 241. When it's 2, it's 269. And the heals are staying exactly the same past these 15 rounds. We're into the round 20, and we're still seeing the exact same heals, 241 and 269. I am talking about the Belrain on the left side, not the right side here. All my tests, when I reference stuff, will be on the left side, except for one test, but I'll mention that later. So we are here in round 30. We are still getting 269 and 241. So heals are exactly the same. Heals do not get benefited, and this is because attack percent is not boosted. It is just damage. All your damage is boosted, not your heals. So no attack percent is boosted. So for this next test, we are going to try out Kiss of Ghost. What Kiss of Ghost heals off of a percent of damage that you do. So I figured having a test on Kiss of Ghost would be worthwhile. So let's see what the boosted stats here. We got a 258, 249, 247, 275, and the secondary heal. So heals are staying the same so far. We're going to get to round 15 here shortly. Alright, so now we should start seeing these heals starting to slowly creep up, and we are. So we're at 277, 268. These healing numbers are larger than they were before. 330, 523, 131, 134, 247. So this healing is increasing due to the damage done. So Kiss of Ghost gives a check mark. It does work. On the upgrade version of Kiss of Ghost, you do benefit from the extra damage heals. And that will play off into our next test here shortly. So the next test will be a Ada versus Ada with Belrains as support. I am going to switch back to the Magic Stone Sword here just for a little bit extra survivability. I have now set up these teams to both have Ada here. Alright, so if you pay attention to the bottom left corner on Ada, there's two different tests here. First, you have the basic active, the basic heal, and then you have the mark damage. So the mark damage looks like it is 2308 in the early 1 through 15 rounds, and the basic heal is about 152. So let's wait until we get past round 15 to see if those numbers change. So we got a basic heal here, 127 there, 152. All right, so now we are in the 17th round. So we took a 305 that time from the active, so the active damage did increase, and that time we healed for 208 on our active. So we are healing more damage. We are healing more as the fight goes on. 250. So Ada heals do check mark go up, and Ada mark damage does go up. And if you paid attention really closely, so does Ada's passive damage at the end of the round. So our next test here is Olivia and Gustin. I wanted to test out if Gustin's reflect damage would scale, and I also wanted to test if Olivia would have her fairy guard damage scale. So if you pay attention to these early rounds here, see, Belrain took 638 there. Gustin took 171. Belrain took 104 there. And look and watch Gustin's passive reflect damage. Gustin's reflect damage scales up immensely. It gets ridiculously high later on. So Belrain here is going to do an active and hit 2 fairy guards here. And she just took 3 million damage from the 2 fairy guards. So this is pre-round 15 damage here. And then we're going to start seeing the scaling up of the reflect damage and the fairy guard damage here shortly. All right, so round 15. Next round, we'll start getting the scaling damage. All right, right there, Belrain took 311, so she hit 2 targets there. So that was slightly higher than before. She took a 274 right there, 253. So the damage is increasing on the fairy guard, and the reflect damage, if you look at the reflect damage, it is starting to scale up pretty high. So we got 5 million damage there from the fairy guard. Starting to hit, Gustin's reflect is starting to hit for a lot. 19 million. 22 million on that Gustin reflect damage right there. So as you can see, fairy guard does scale, and Gustin's reflect damage does scale. For our next test here, we are going to test if the Staff of Punisher, if its percent HP damage does scale. It should. So let's go ahead and put on the Staff of Punisher. And now you just gotta pay attention to Belrain's damage when she crits. So she did 1.87 million right there. Did 2.51 million on the Belrain. And those are basically the numbers you gotta watch. And then it's whenever she crits, because the Staff of Punisher upgraded version only increases your damage when you crit. So you can only judge that when she crits. All right, so we're in round 9 right now. So Belrain critted right there for 2 million damage. 2 million once again. Onto the Gustin. And now we're about to go into round 16 here. So now you're going to have the scaling damage. Belrain crit for 2.39 right there. So that is higher on the Belrain. Look at Gustin's passive damage though. Gustin's passive damage is just insane. We're getting no crits from Belrain here. All right, there, Belrain just crit for 9 million onto the Gustin. So the damage is scaling up from the Staff of Punisher. Getting 6 million, 8 million reflect damage. And we just crit Gustin for 23 million. So just to recap, Staff of Punisher damage is increased. Kiss of Ghost healing from damage done is increased. Ada passive damage is increased. Ada mark damage is increased. Ada's heal on her basic is increased. This is due to healing done on damage, based on damage, not on attack percent, because if you remember from the first test, Belrain attack was not, Belrain's heal was not scaling up in the later rounds. And then Olivia's Fairy Guard is scaling. So just basically there is a damage multiplier that applies to every single damage that exists in the game. It's a straight up 15% per round. It adds up really quickly, and once you get into the 20s and then the 30s, I did see a Gustin reflect for 79 million damage. So yeah, so the removal of the 15 round cap will be interesting to see how that plays out in the meta. I believe some more tanky builds and some more sustained teams might become a little more popular on offense. So thanks for tuning in today, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.